What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video of Hit Squad Productions. So, man, as you guys already know, the Washington football team took down the Philadelphia Eagles in primetime. They will clinch the division, and they're headed to the playoffs to go pay Tampa Bay. Now, look, I have a lot of feelings about this, but we're going to keep it pretty short and sweet. First off, the Giants should have never been in this position. The Giants should have never been in this position where they had to rely on another team to handle their business. The Giants, they could have been 11-5 this year, 10-6, play here, play there. But, unfortunately we weren't. We won today at 6-10. But, at the same time, look, you can't expect other teams to do your work. That's not how you're going to win in this league. And look, I think the Giants are headed in the right direction. I think, we have the 11th overall pick in this upcoming draft. There's a lot of players to look at. I do think that, if we don't get a wide receiver in the free agent market, it's very possible that one of the top receivers could fall to us at 11. Looking at the draft, I don't see too many teams on here, maybe outside of Philly, that would take a wide receiver. I think that Miami, they're pretty good on receivers, but they need a tackle. Primarily, if you're asking me, they need a left tackle. So I do think that, Miami needs to address that more than the wide receiver position. They have cap room. They can go get themselves an Allen Robinson. They can go get themselves a Kenny Golladay. They have the money to do so. But I think that, their main issue is the offensive line. And obviously, Philly needs all the help in the world, but they're going to go draft their wide receiver and think that's going to solve their problems. And they're going to be a horrible team next year and for years to come, because they don't know how to draft. They don't know how to take care of their positions of need. Now, I understand that, Philly doesn't owe us anything. Let's be honest. Philly doesn't owe us anything. The fan base doesn't owe us anything. But when you blatantly tank on primetime, I can't even think of a free agent player that would want to play for an organization, let alone a coach that does that. Because when you pull your new starting quarterback out and he's sitting there on the bench on camera saying this isn't right, and your offensive line is pissed, they look defeated, your defense looks pissed on the sideline, you got to imagine that he's losing this locker room. I'm also seeing Philly fans on Twitter going crazy, calling for Doug Peterson's job, because this team was fighting. This team had multiple opportunities to win, and Doug Peterson did everything in his power to make sure that didn't happen. Poverty franchise, and they wonder why they don't win nothing. One Super Bowl, and they let that go to their heads. But look, again, Giants should have never been in this position. We should have been handled our business. But fortunately, we didn't. This is how the dice were rolled. These are the cards that we were dealt. And we just got to take this into next season. Hopefully, the Giants players, because, you saw a bunch of different Giants players on Twitter visibly upset, with what the Eagles were doing. So hopefully, the Giants can use that as motivation next year and drop 70 on Philly. Who knows? But I do think that the Giants will be better suited next year. I think that, you're going to see a better team next year and a better product on the field, more improved team. I think that we'll see a team that plays hard for their coach. And I think that you're going to see a product on the field that we haven't seen in a long time. Now we're in a position to where we kind of know what we have on this roster. We know what we need to fix. We know that we need an edge rusher. We know that we need some linebacker help. We know that we need a solid number 2 corner. We know that we need some receivers. Okay? We know that we need some tight end help. We have some pieces that we need, and we have some holes that we have to fill, Giants fans. So there's a lot to look forward to. I think, if anything, I do think that Dave Gettleman, if not fired, will just transition into a different role. But Dave Gettleman right now is 15-33. That's horrible. Within the first 3 years, I know a lot of Giants fans have different feelings about that, and I get both sides of the coin. We'll make a video talking about that later on. but I appreciate every single one of you that has stuck with us through this whole season. This was my first season back making YouTube videos talking about Giants. And, you guys made this so much fun. You guys made me, want to do this every week. And I can't thank you guys enough. We're going to have an even better product for you guys going into, the draft and free agency. And I can't wait to show you guys. You guys are going to love this. But if you guys are new to the channel, let us know your thoughts. We're almost at 300 subscribers. I'm telling you guys are going to love what we have going. I appreciate every single one of you again. And go Giants.